Hi everyone, my name is Steph, this is Kidlit Joy and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here to review The 5 Rules of Friendship by Jess Sanders with art by Cesar Barcelo. This is a picture book that I think someone shared on social media and I saw it and I'm like, I have to get my hands on that because it sounds like the perfect book to have in a classroom. So the blurb on the back says, friendship is one of the best parts of life, but friendship can be tricky too, and even the best of friends can argue and upset each other. That's when you need the 5 rules of friendship. This book will help you find your way through the ups and downs of friendship and show you how to be the best friend you can be. And then it says, from award-winning and best-selling author Jess Sanders comes the ultimate friendship guide for children and their grown-ups, which I think is a really important thing to state, that this is as relevant for adults as it is for children. And just from the front cover, we have the 5 rules of friendship, so it's not a secret. 1, respect body boundaries. 2, listen actively. 3, be kind. 4, treat everyone equally. And 5, stand up for others. And the entire book focuses and pulls apart these rules for friendship and then looks at both what they are and also what they're not. And I think often people forget that it's just as important to have examples of what following the rules looks like, but also what it doesn't look like, because those anti-examples also teach us a lot. So it's not just enough to say, this is how you should behave in a friendship. But if you notice this, or if this happens, or if you do this and you get this kind of reaction, that means that we are not following that rule, or we need to adjust our behavior because what's happening is not sitting comfortably with another person. So anti-examples are just as good as positive examples. So always important to keep that in mind. I also really loved how it talked about the fact that you'll make lots of friendships in your life. Some will only last for a short time and some will last for a lot longer. I think it's also really important to acknowledge that friendships do not always last a long time, so they don't have to, and that's okay. And the book does that beautifully, because oftentimes I think there is a lot of pressure for kids to find friends and have a big friendship group and to keep those friends for a long time, when really that's not necessarily the case. Sometimes friends only come into our lives for short periods of time. So when each rule is introduced, it's introduced and then it's explained why that's important and how that helps to build and maintain a friendship. And then you get examples of what it looks like, what it doesn't look like, and how you can respond in different situations. The illustrations are simple and clear. They give lots of examples of what it might look like, what people's expressions might look like, which again is also really important when you're talking about these kinds of things with the kids. The language is really simple, and if I was going to use this in the classroom, which I probably will, I would probably spend some time. I wouldn't read straight through the entire book. I would probably pull apart each rule and just spend a little bit of time on each one over multiple days, because then you can actually really unpack it. And the best thing is, if you have your own children or if you're in a classroom, is you can ask them, okay, can you give me more examples, or can you give me more anti-examples of what this might look like and what could we do in those situations? So it's a really great book for encouraging discussion, for encouraging kids to think more about what happens in their daily life and in their friendships, and to really give authentic examples. So it's a wonderful book. I had a really great time reading it and unpacking it and looking at it from both just a reader's perspective but also a teaching perspective, because yeah, this is going to be a book that I think is really handy for adults to have to help the children in their lives, because talking about friendships can be difficult. And I think it's also really important for adults to acknowledge when, their friendships don't always go the way that they think they will as well, because then it gives kids realistic expectations for how to move through the world and grow up and adjust and adapt to what's happening in the world around them. So in the description, I'll leave links to where you can find out more information about this book, the author and the illustrator. I'd love to know if you've read the book, or if you're planning on picking it up, or if you just want to let me know that you're here but you don't want to leave a comment, feel free to leave a star emoji. I hope that wherever you are in the world, you're staying safe and healthy, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye everyone.